Have you ever whispered a name and felt her heart skip a beat? The way a single word, a single nickname, can make her think about you all the time, even when you're not there. Today, I'm about to reveal 5 forbidden nicknames. Names so powerful, so intoxicating that they can make her obsessed with you without her even realizing why. But beware, these are not for the faint-hearted. Use them wrong and you risk losing her. Use them right and you'll hold a piece of her heart like no one else ever could. Stay with me till the end, because I promise what you learn here will change the way she sees you forever. Drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from. And don't forget to subscribe. Your love life is about to transform. You might think that a nickname is just a simple word, something playful you toss around without much thought. But in reality, a nickname carries power, subtle, invisible, yet deeply affecting. Words are the tools through which we shape perception, emotion, and connection. And when it comes to attraction, certain words have the ability to reach places in the mind that no casual compliment ever can. A name, a sound, a tone. These are not trivial. They are the triggers of attention, curiosity, and ultimately desire. Think about it, we remember names that resonate, that evoke something special inside us. A nickname is not just a label, it's a signal, a kind of emotional code. When you call her by a name that awakens her curiosity, or a nickname that feels intimate, you are speaking directly to a part of her mind that craves recognition and uniqueness. It's almost like you are creating a private world, a world where she feels seen, understood, and subtly captivated. That is why these forbidden nicknames work. They are psychologically charged, designed to bypass the ordinary filters and touch something raw and instinctual. There is a psychological principle at work here. The more personal and unique something feels, the stronger its emotional imprint. Common compliments fade because they are expected. But a carefully chosen nickname, one that is slightly daring, slightly taboo, and yet incredibly intimate, disrupts her expectation. It makes her pay attention. Her brain notices it because it stands out from the noise of everyday interaction. She will remember that word, replay it, even in moments when she's not thinking about you consciously. That is where fascination starts. That is where obsession quietly grows. But this isn't about manipulation in a crude sense. It's about understanding human nature and connection. Names and words have always carried deep significance. Philosophers, poets, and psychologists alike have noted the weight a simple word can carry when paired with intention. In relationships, what you say and how you say it forms the architecture of attraction. A nickname is a shorthand for all the attention, admiration, and interest you want her to feel. It condenses complex emotions into a single, memorable token. When used correctly, it becomes a tool of intimacy and emotional resonance. Now, not all nicknames are created equal. There is a huge difference between calling her baby or sweetheart versus calling her something that evokes curiosity, excitement, or even a tiny hint of danger. The first is safe, familiar, and forgettable. The second makes her wonder, why does he choose this word? What does it mean? What does it say about him? That mystery, subtle and carefully constructed, is magnetic. When you whisper a nickname that touches on this psychological chord, she begins to attach emotional significance to you without even realizing it. Her mind starts to circle around you, replaying the interaction, imagining the possibilities, and craving more. It's important to recognize that timing and authenticity amplify this effect. A nickname delivered without thought, or in the wrong moment, is just noise. But when paired with genuine attention, eye contact, and the rhythm of your interaction, it becomes unforgettable. Think of it as emotional choreography. The nickname is not the entire dance. It is a key move that unlocks the music of attraction in her mind. When done right, she will associate that word with feelings of closeness, excitement, and even longing. You are no longer just a person she interacts with. You are a presence that lingers in her thoughts. This concept goes deeper than attraction alone. At its core, it taps into the human desire to feel special, to be seen as unique, and to experience a connection that is rare. A forbidden nickname is effective because it signals attention without overwhelming, it teases without trivializing, and it connects without confining. It is a psychological signal that you understand her, that you notice the qualities others overlook, and that you are willing to create an intimate bond on your terms. When she experiences this, her mind starts to reward the interaction with fascination, curiosity, and yes, obsession, not because she is being forced, but because her emotional system recognizes something rare and compelling. And here is the truth that most people miss: words, when chosen with understanding and intention, have the power to leave lasting impressions far stronger than actions alone. You can do all the right things physically or socially, but without the emotional resonance of carefully crafted communication, the connection is fleeting. This is why attention to detail in the way you address her matters. It is not about manipulation. It is about amplifying the emotional impact of every interaction. You are building a bridge from her mind to her heart, one word at a time. So, as you move forward, remember this: your words are more than just sounds. They are instruments of influence, tools of intimacy, and catalysts of fascination. A nickname is not just a cute label, it is an opportunity to embed yourself in her consciousness, to make her feel uniquely understood, and to spark the kind of desire that lingers long after you part ways. Pay attention to this. Choose wisely. Speak deliberately, and you will find that the right words at the right time can do what actions alone never could. Think about it. The next time you say a name, ask yourself, am I giving her something ordinary, or am I giving her a glimpse of something unforgettable? That is the choice that separates attraction from obsession, connection from indifference, and fleeting interest from enduring fascination. You see, not all nicknames are created equal. Some are harmless, fleeting, even forgettable. But the ones I'm about to share with you are different. They're forbidden in a sense that makes them magnetic, irresistible, and unforgettable. These names carry a subtle charge, a mix of playfulness, intimacy, and just enough daring to make her mind linger on you longer than it should. It's not about being inappropriate, it's about tapping into something deeper, something that speaks directly to her subconscious and her emotional core. The moment you use them, you are signaling that you notice her in a way no one else does. That is the secret. That is why these 5 forbidden nicknames work. The first nickname has to feel personal, almost like a secret shared only between the two of you. It's a word that hints at understanding, recognition, and subtle admiration. When she hears it, she doesn't just hear a label. She feels that she is seen in a way that goes beyond the surface. Psychologically, humans crave acknowledgement, a sense that they are recognized for their unique qualities. This nickname acts like a key, unlocking that feeling inside her. She begins to associate it with you, with attention, with emotional resonance. And the more she hears it in contexts that feel intimate, the more it sticks. The second nickname is slightly daring, almost teasing, but carefully balanced so it feels flirtatious rather than disrespectful. It challenges her curiosity and engages her imagination. When you choose a nickname that makes her wonder why you called her that way, her mind starts replaying your interactions. She starts analyzing, thinking, imagining. This is where the power of obsession begins to grow quietly, subtly. Philosophically, humans are drawn to the unknown, to the slightly forbidden. It triggers a pursuit instinct, a desire to solve a puzzle that is simultaneously playful and intimate. By giving her a nickname that teases the mind, you become a presence she can't easily ignore. The third nickname touches on nostalgia, on memory, and on the sense of safety mixed with desire. It's a word that evokes warmth and comfort, but also a spark of longing. There is a psychological principle at work here. The brain links words and emotions to experiences and memories. By choosing a nickname that evokes these feelings, you create an emotional imprint that lingers. Every time she hears it, her mind recalls the moments she felt that connection with you. She begins to associate you not only with attention and curiosity, but with comfort and subtle emotional fulfillment. This duality, mystery and warmth, is a recipe for lasting attraction. The fourth nickname is playful in a way that challenges social norms slightly. It's forbidden in the sense that it feels bold, even slightly risky, but never disrespectful. The psychological effect here is fascinating. When someone uses a name that flirts with boundaries, it creates a sense of excitement. Her brain registers this as something special, different, unique. It's rare, and rarity drives fascination. When you sprinkle this nickname into moments of natural conversation, it becomes a trigger, a spark that she unconsciously craves. The key is subtlety. Too much and it feels forced, just enough, and it captivates. The fifth nickname is the most intimate of all. It's the one that signals deep connection, emotional resonance, and even a hint of exclusivity. It's a word that tells her, I see you in a way no one else does. When she hears it, she experiences the powerful mix of validation, intrigue, and desire. This is the nickname that turns fascination into a more profound attachment. Psychologically, exclusivity is magnetic. When we feel special in someone's perception, it creates emotional dependency, not in a manipulative sense, but in a natural, human way. It signals to her that the bond you share is rare, unique, and worth paying attention to. The beauty of these nicknames lies in their timing, context, and delivery. A word is only as powerful as the moment in which it is spoken. Delivered thoughtfully, it feels organic, sincere, and magnetic. Overused, it loses impact, becomes ordinary. But when paired with genuine attention, playful banter, and subtle emotional cues, it becomes unforgettable. She doesn't just hear the word, she feels it. It lingers in her mind long after the conversation ends, in texts she replays, in quiet moments when she thinks about you. That is where fascination turns into obsession, slow, subtle, almost imperceptible. It's important to understand that the forbidden nature of these nicknames is not about manipulation, it's about emotional resonance. You are not forcing feelings, you are creating moments that trigger natural human desire. These names work because they tap into curiosity, intimacy, warmth, and exclusivity all at once. They are a psychological shorthand for connection, a way to condense complex emotions into a single word that carries meaning far beyond its letters. Every time she hears it, she remembers you, she thinks of you, she feels something unique that only you can evoke. So, as you move forward, recognize the subtle power in words, the influence of intention, and the psychological depth hidden in seemingly simple nicknames. Choose them carefully, deliver them thoughtfully, and use them sparingly to maximize their effect. Each one is a tool, a key, and a bridge into her emotional world. And when used correctly, they do more than entertain. They captivate, they resonate, and they leave a lasting imprint on her heart and mind. And here is the truth I want you to leave with: the right nickname, spoken with awareness and intention, can transform a casual connection into a fascination that she can't ignore. It is not magic, it is understanding. It is not trickery, it is psychology. It is not fleeting, it is a lasting impression crafted with precision and care. The words you choose have the power to etch yourself into her heart. Choose them wisely, speak them deliberately, and watch fascination grow into something unforgettable. By now, you understand that the words you choose, the nicknames you whisper, can create fascination, emotional resonance, and even a subtle obsession. But here is the truth most people overlook. It's not just about what you say, it's about how, when, and why you say it. Timing, context, and delivery are the invisible threads that make a word powerful. A nickname, no matter how carefully chosen, loses all its charm if it feels forced, awkward, or out of place. The way you introduce it, the tone you use, the frequency, it all matters. This is where mastery separates a man who fascinates from one who merely speaks. The first principle to understand is observation. You must be attuned to her moods, her reactions, and the energy of the moment. Human attention is nuanced, and emotional receptivity fluctuates depending on context. A nickname whispered during a playful exchange will land differently than one dropped during a tense or serious moment. Observing her responses is not just about noticing whether she smiles or laughs. It's about feeling the subtle signals her body and voice give you. Her tone, posture, and eye contact will tell you if she is receptive or if the moment demands patience. Timing is the silent architect of attraction. Without it, even the most perfect words can fall flat. The second principle is authenticity. A nickname only works if it carries sincerity. Humans are wired to detect inauthenticity on a subconscious level. If you use a nickname because you think it's clever or because someone told you it works, she will sense it. But if it comes naturally, if it flows from your understanding and genuine attention, it resonates deeply. Authenticity conveys confidence, presence, and emotional intelligence, all traits that make a man magnetic. When she feels that your words are genuine, she begins to trust not only what you say, but who you are. And this is the foundation for fascination to grow. The third principle is subtlety. Less is often more. Repetition without purpose dilutes impact. A nickname delivered too frequently or in inappropriate context becomes ordinary, predictable, and ultimately forgettable. The psychology here is simple: scarcity amplifies value. When something is rare, it becomes precious. The same principle applies to words. Use your nicknames sparingly, strategically, and always in a way that reinforces emotional significance. This creates a pattern where she anticipates the next moment you'll use it, which builds anticipation and curiosity. She begins to think of you even when you're not there, and that is the hallmark of fascination. The fourth principle is alignment with emotional cues. Every interaction carries an emotional undercurrent. If she is feeling playful, a teasing nickname works. If she is feeling introspective, a warm, intimate name will land. Emotional intelligence is critical here. It's the ability to read her state and match your words to it. This creates resonance, the invisible connection that makes your presence feel profound. It is not about guessing randomly. It is about understanding patterns, rhythms, and subtleties of human behavior. This alignment turns words into experiences and experiences into lasting impressions. The fifth principle is delivery with confidence. Tone, pace, and voice matter as much as the word itself. A nickname whispered with a confident, calm tone carries weight. One mumbled or uncertain does not. Confidence signals certainty, security, and authority, qualities that the mind interprets as reliable and attractive. When you pair a well-chosen nickname with confident delivery, it becomes magnetic. She does not just hear it, she feels it. It resonates in her mind and body, triggering curiosity, attachment, and fascination. Delivery is the bridge between intention and effect. Another layer to consider is the ritualistic aspect of how and when you use your nicknames. Rituals create familiarity, a sense of exclusivity, and emotional reinforcement. Perhaps it's a nickname you always use in text messages after a playful joke, or one whispered in a quiet moment that only you two share. Repetition in the right context reinforces the emotional imprint without becoming ordinary. It becomes part of the emotional landscape you create together, a signal that she is valued, understood, and uniquely connected to you. This is subtle, powerful, and often overlooked. Finally, understand that these principles are about building emotional architecture. You are not simply tossing words into the void, you are shaping perception, attention, and emotional response. Every nickname, every whispered syllable, is a brushstroke on the canvas of her mind. Timing, observation, authenticity, subtlety, alignment, and confident delivery work together to create something that is experienced, remembered, and cherished. This is how fascination transforms into attachment without force, how curiosity grows into desire without manipulation, and how connection deepens into something unforgettable. So as you practice and refine these techniques, remember this: mastery is not in the nickname itself, but in the intelligence with which it is applied. Observe her, understand her, and choose your moments with care. Speak with sincerity, deliver with confidence, and respect the unspoken rhythms of interaction. These are the tools that elevate simple words into instruments of fascination, creating connections that linger in her mind and heart long after the conversation ends. And here is the closing truth I want you to take with you. Words alone are not enough, but words used with intention, timing, and understanding can leave an imprint no action alone can achieve. The right nickname, spoken at the right moment, with awareness and authenticity, can turn fleeting attention into lasting fascination. Choose wisely, speak deliberately, and watch connection transform into something unforgettable.